Welcome back, everybody, to the Creating Character Podcast. I'm your host, James Willems. I don't need to tell you about myself. We've done 10 episodes already. We're right back into it. You can see Sky right here, so you know something's different this week. You don't need to lean in. They see you.
Yeah,
Sky, introduce yourself.
I don't need to introduce myself, but I do want to introduce, we have a guest. First time ever on Creating Character Pod. We have a guest. Please welcome Funny Man Ron Funches.
I've never been on a podcast that started with introduce yourself. I don't need to introduce myself.
I was excited to say, because every time they have like a stand-up comedian on a late night show, it's always like, Funny Man, Ron Funches.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why they do that.
Well, I think they want to know the difference. Otherwise, they're like, why is this person here that looks like they should be in the audience?
He's like,
they're funny. Yeah,
they're funny.
He doesn't. Nothing looks different about him. He don't look special. Funny man. Okay.
Well, you look special to me. I love this shirt.
Thank you.
You're looking sharp.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here, man.
Both every look at you guys. You got a full shirt of buttons together. If you combine the two of you, you're buttoned up. But I guess you used to button before you were a wrestler, right? And
I used to button, but at a
not
certain
anymore.
point, you want to make the waist look small and the shoulders look big, so you
Yes.
only button the middle, and then it looks like you're filling out the top.
Okay, I mean you got it both for where that's like a blouse then.
Yeah, pretty
Low
much.
cleavage. I'm not going full chest naked, but I'm just letting them know.
Yeah, you are letting them know. They know. Oh, they know.
I like before we started rolling, we were like, so it's a really casual podcast. We tend to go off the rails, and you've said chest naked at least once, and you've commented on my buttons, so we're perfectly in line with what people expect from this podcast.
I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as everyone knows, this was a podcast kind of at the cross section where it's about pursuing your North Star or following a goal, a drive that you have, and where that takes you, your journeys along the way. And you were such a fantastic guest to have on because of the diverse things that you've pursued, a lot of it overlapping with the stuff that we've pursued as well. So can you just tell us a little bit about comedy, first of all, how you kind of got started with comedy?
I mean, I think there's a lot of different paths to get into comedy, similar to wrestling or podcasting or anything. But I think one that's very common is that I just loved it when I was a kid, you know? So I would watch old videos of Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle and Richard Pryor and just Comic View. It was like a good era for comedy. And growing up in Chicago, which is a big comedy town, and having someone like Bernie Mac be from your town, was just very inspiring at a young age. So and for me, I would, like when a lot of kids were watching Pokemon, which I still watched, I was watching like I Love Lucy and Green Acres and all these like old sitcoms. And I just had a love for the kind of rhythm of comedy. But I didn't think of it as a real job until I needed a real job. When I had my son, I had my son when I was 20 years old, and I kind of was just looking for something to do, and it swung me into like, oh, I need to buckle down and get a job at like a bank call center and just pursue something to raise this kid. And then when I found out my son had autism, it kind of swung me back the other way, where I was like, I need a career. I need something that I can take care of him in case he needs to live with me for the rest of his life. And I knew from talking with other people, they're like, well, any type of career you want is something that you got to be willing to start at the bottom of and be happy with. And I had never felt like that with any job. I always hated my bosses. If I do, and it's still to this day, if I do not respect you, it shows. And so I couldn't handle regular jobs that much because I didn't respect a lot of the people there, And so the only thing I didn't think I could start at the bottom of was comedy. Yeah, the only things that I ever really had a interest in were being a comedian or a pro wrestler, and I was like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna not be any higher than 5'10", and I'm not very athletic. I've never done any team sports, so let's probably go the comedy route.
You're like such a naturally funny person. You're one of those people that you start talking to them, or if they listen to you talk, you just start smiling and you're happy to be around someone like you. Have you always had that? Were you making your friends laugh all the time when you were a kid and your family members?
Yeah, it's just who I am. I mean, I think it's in the tone of my voice and the way I speak. And then if you want to get weird about it, it's like, I grew up in a unstable home area, and so I think a lot of us who do that kind of become like peacemakers in the house and become like these like let's just make things easier, make things softer. And I carried that through my life, which is, through years of therapy, I learned not to be a people pleaser, but still be funny, which I think has made me funnier because now I'm like, I have less fear of repercussion of what I say. The jujitsu also helps, I think, because now I'm like, okay, if you really want to heckle and take it that far, let's do it.
Come on up. Yeah, come on up. Yeah. I have something new I learned I want to show you.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I need to see if it works in a real world application.
That's awesome.
Sick.
I mean, I feel like you have such a unique comedic voice, metaphorically and literally. And how long did that take to find? Because I feel like you can be comedic and you can feel like comedy has always been a thing, but to step up on stage, to perform stand up or whatever it is, it doesn't matter how much charisma or whatever you have. You have to learn what your voice is and kind of how to perform that way. Did that happen pretty quickly for you, or did you struggle to find it?
Quicker than most, just because of, I think, just the way I was raised. I moved around a lot when I was a kid. So I think as much as that didn't feel fun at the time, I think it let me be really comfortable within myself at an early age. I didn't have care for peer pressure. Didn't mean much to me. And so I think that allowed me to develop my voice quicker. But as far as like the actual job of being a comedian, took me a while to understand that. I think exactly what you're talking about is the fact that like there are a lot of people that are funny. My whole family's funny. Like my mom is hilarious. What the difference between someone who's just funny and a comedian is someone who can produce it on command, who can do it. Especially, over the last couple of years, I was going through a really rough divorce and having to go on the road and still do my work and still make people laugh, even though I did not feel like that. I think that's when you learn like the job of being a professional comedian, to do it even if you don't feel that great, and then also learn how to put that into some of your art without bumming everybody out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to ask you about. Is there therapy to that when you're going through something personally and being able to go out through that curtain and perform in front of the audience and just kind of let it go away? Does that help you in those hard times? Does it help you get through it? Is it therapeutic?
Yeah, well, I think if anything, people always say when you're going through the rough parts of your life or you're going through some type of trauma, that acts of service can be what pulls you out of it, And I think at the base level, going and doing shows and for that hour being like, oh, okay, none of this matters. People are really happy to see me when I do a good job. They're so like ecstatic and they leave happier and lighter. And then that makes me feel good, And one of the lessons I learned through going through it now that was weird to me was like having people see me go through it publicly. Because you could see it in my work, you could see me on TV, you could see it in my weight fluctuations. And so, like, just recently, I had someone come out to a show. I was in Seattle, and they were just like, oh, I've just been following you for years, and you look great now, and you seem good. And she's like, it seems like you're doing much better now. And to have someone to be able to watch that from afar at first made me embarrassed and made me scared. But now it's made me feel so much more connected to my fans and the people who really support me. Because, I mean, I had one lady, Stacy Palisak, who came and saw me, I think, 8 times in 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Because she was just like, I love what you do, and I've seen what you're going through. And she's like, I watched your set be angry and dark, and I watched your set where you're like, okay, he's getting over it.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting ready to shoot my special. So I invited her out to Chicago to come watch, because I want her to. She's been there for so much of it, so I want her to be there for that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's great. I mean, I kind of want to change directions a little bit and just ask you, Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels?
Oh, Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Easy. Okay. That's
Okay.
all day easy. The taking the turnbuckle to the chest for some reason made it real to me. I'm like, oh, he didn't have time to turn.
It probably was real for him, too.
Yeah. Probably, taking to the sternum. He seems cool. He always got like a beautiful black woman by his side. Like he just be pimping. I love Bret Hart. One of my greatest only regrets is that I've only run into him one time, but he was going into an elevator. He was with his lady, and so I was like, I'm not going to bother him. But I've never seen him since, and so like, oh, I wish I at least like got a picture with him because he is my favorite wrestler of all time.
That's amazing. Me too. He was my idol. I've actually only met him a few times, and even less as an actual performer. But maybe about halfway through my career to where I am right now, I ran into him at a bar at like one of those WrestleCons or something, and like I still get nervous when I see him because I just looked up to him so much. And I went up to him one day and I just said like, oh, I just want to let you know that like you're the reason I got into wrestling. And he says, don't blame that on me, brother.
Yeah, that's always fun. That's classic wrestler talk.
Yeah.
I love Bret Hart.
Was he your guy growing up?
Yeah, I mean, as I got older, I started off when Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior were probably my favorites. And then I think as you start to gain more, I wouldn't say knowledge because I'm a child, but it's like, I just think as you start to watch a little more and you get a little more taste, and it's like comedy. You're like, you start off and you're like, oh, Carrot Top, who's a legend. But then you're like, oh, Anthony Jeselnik, this is like different, And I felt like that was like going from like, okay, Hulk Hogan made me feel things as a kid, but then you watch Bret Hart, you watch Shawn Michaels, you watch the technical skill. I mean, I watched a clip of just Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle, and the way that Kurt Angle caught Rey in an ankle pick. Yeah. Now that I do, jiu-jitsu and martial arts, I was just like, oh my God, that was magic.
Yeah.
And so now that you see those things, like, yeah, I started to like the more technical people. Like, I think Mr. Perfect was one of the first people where I was like, oh, this guy is doing, like, he's the workhorse here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Perfect was incredible. I never get like tired of going back and watching the old greats.
No.
Just there's something, maybe it's nostalgia or something, but you can pick up a lot of really good stuff from those guys.
Good art is good art, no matter what era and what format. And you find great wrestling that tells a great story, and you watch a match. I mean, I love watching the one of my favorites, even though it's more of a I guess spectacular and less of a like technical match, is just watching Dominic custody match. I love that match. I love those first 3 matches of that whole card. That whole card is amazing because you have the match with Matt Hardy and Edge, where Edge busts his nose because they're like in that feud over Lita, and then that leads right into this like custody battle, and this was just the ultimate of the Attitude Era of like, oh, this is real.
Stakes, a child hanging above the.
No, let's not second guess this.
Absolutely.
Mr. Perfect is someone I started watch. I didn't appreciate it at the time, and then once I started to understand the art of it, really appreciated him more and more. And then when I started wrestling, started to specifically watch because he has great moves. He's a great technical wrestler, but he sells so beautifully. He makes his opponents look so good just by they'll just kick him in the shin.
Yeah.
And the way he sells it, when he does the thing where he tries to get up on the ropes, they kick him. He spins himself back around to get back up again. It's just so good.
And that's a big guy doing that.
Yeah.
He didn't look big, on TV, but then you think about, I don't remember how tall he was, but I believe he was above 6 feet and probably 240 or something.
Yeah.
Like he's a big guy doing moving like that. You could see Shawn got a little bit of his selling from that. I know you said Bret over Shawn. My opinion is, obviously I was a Bret guy growing up. My opinion is baggy pants Shawn, though, is one of the greatest wrestlers of all. Probably top 5 performer ever. Baggy pants Shawn specifically. Would you agree with that, yes or no?
He doesn't
as long
listen,
as he's
so-
not in the brown pants, as long as he's not in with
The earth colors.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I want to say no disrespect to Shawn Michaels. I think he's an amazing performer, but if you're going to ask me to pick between the two of them, I'm going to pick Bret. But that rivalry between the two of them, I think is one of the things that made me fall in love with wrestling for sure.
Yeah. If they could have just gotten along better and been able to do more business together, it would have been amazing. I heard someone say some years ago they could have done Bret versus Shawn once a year for 10 years, starting back in like 96, obviously Iron Man match. They could have done that once a year for 10 years and it always would have sold.
Yeah, it could have been like the Okada Tanahashi's type of thing over here. That would have been perfect. But you get a lot of those stories where there's like, could have got a Hogan Austin match. That would have been fun to see. Get a lot of things, but egos get in the way. That's all our businesses.
Yeah.
Does that happen a lot in comedy as well?
Oh, you know. We all love each other. It's super chill.
Is there ever a time where promoters like Ron's going on last and someone's like, that don't work for me, brother?
I mean, there's always a bit of that, but there's less about like status on that and more about like who has kids. So usually it's just like, someone's got kids and they want to go up earlier, or they got another set and they want to go up earlier. It's just in general with comedy, I think with most art is that like people think theirs is better, and things click up and you have different groups. And but for me, I just try to respect most people's comedy and most people's art, and I learned to just judge people by the way they not only treat me, because sometimes people treat me more better than they treat other people, but how they treat my friends, the people around me. That's how I judge comedians, and in general, anyone that I work with. I've been blessed that because there are some can we curse on this?
You can say whatever you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's some shitty people in comedy, and there's shitty comedians in general. But like, I work with Maya Rudolph. I work with I got took on the road by John Mulaney, Aziz Ansari. Like I got to work with a lot of like legends that are also like cool people that were happy to help me out. So I think it's about navigating that and not just chasing something because it's popular, but like going where you fit in. Like I fit in like at the nerd table, who just like, I care about art. I care about the rhythm of it. I care about trying to just progress my art. I'm not always just about like do I want to sell more tickets? Absolutely, but not if I have to change what I'm doing. So I just want to get better at executing what I'm doing, and I just hang around with those type of people. So for me, comedy is pretty chill, but it certainly is a lot of infighting and people who don't get along for sure.
Yeah. There's only so many stages and there's only so many minutes, right?
Oh, yeah.
So.
And just with the economy in the past few years, like, everything's got shrunk back down. So the people who, because it's supposed to be a progression, right? Like you had the people who were doing theaters who started getting movies, and then so they kind of slow down on comedy, and it opens up theaters for the people who were crushing it in clubs, and they get to move up. And so then now club dates are available for other people who were coming up. Now it's shrunk back down where the people who were doing movies are back in the theaters, the theater comedians are back in the clubs, and so then everybody's fighting for weeks again. So God bless the internet and being able to speak directly to your fans. Other than that, it's kind of it's rough.
I was gonna say the very bottom of it is podcasts. That's where everyone falls off.
Ours specifically.
The shining beacon amongst the rubble. You mentioned when you were younger, you were kind of faced with an internal decision whether or not it was realistic or not between comedy and wrestling.
Yeah,
but you chose comedy. You've also eventually gone on to choose wrestling, though. You started training as a wrestler, and you've had, how many matches have you had?
just one match.
Just one
That's all
match?
I needed.
Can you tell us about what made you decide I have to try this, and then we'll chat in along the way. But I just love to know that journey.
Like I said, that was my choice in life, was like either be a wrestler or a comedian. And then I had a friend who passed away suddenly, like of a brain aneurysm, and it kind of just shook me a bit and made me feel face with my own mortality and not wanting to like leave things behind that I want to try. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted to at least try this. So comedy's going well. I got some money. I can get off the road for, what a dumb thing I was thinking. Like, let's stop this momentum. Stay home for a bit, go to Santinos Brothers and like train. I was training, like, I think they did 3 days a week or 2 days a week. And I was going to all the classes and like doing all the squats and all. I mean, I got in the best shape of my life for sure. Cause you know, they were real serious. You know, they start with a whole hour of just like, let's try to kill you before we even get in the ring. And I enjoyed that for a while because anything with me, I'm always going to be up for a challenge. But then it wasn't very fun for me. And also I understood that like occasionally I did have to miss some classes because I had to go do stand-up. And when I did miss, I was hurting another person in that class because they didn't, you know, it was throwing the numbers off. So they got to, you know, someone else. And then when I come back, they got to get me up to speed. And so, and then I just remember at one point they were like, oh, if you're real serious about this, you might want to think about like paring down your real job, get you a little part-time job, and then come with us. You got to come set up the ring and stuff. And,
oh boy!
And I was like, oh, I already did this.
Yeah.
I already slept in my car for comedy. I'm not doing it again for wrestling. And so I kind of fell out on it for a bit, and then like you said, Shane Hayes. Old Slapjacky himself just invited me out to where we were training some comedians and other just fun personalities, and he just made it really fun.
Yeah.
And it just kind of reignited my desire to actually try a match. And so I reached out to a couple different people where I reached out to RJ City at one point to try to set up something with him. But then I just was talking with Tony Deppen, who I'd met at a couple GCW shows, and I was doing this like thing in the pandemic called Get High Watch Wrestling, which was like Mystery Science Theater but with pro wrestling.
Yeah, what's the premise of that?
You know. We get high and watch some bad wrestling and make fun of it, me and X-Pac, and it was a great time. And he came on the show, and he just naturally would make me angry because he had a Hotmail account, and I was like,
okay.
bro, and then his internet was terrible, which I found out with a lot of wrestlers. It feels like a lot of wrestlers are like 15 years behind when it comes with technology.
When we did our pandemic era podcast, and every single time we'd be like, it's fine. You're not moving. We can hear you, but your video isn't moving. It was an issue. I didn't realize until you're saying this. It never occurred to me that this is a thing.
It's like comedian opposite. They know. They're like, boom, we gotta be online. We gotta put out. Wrestler, it was just like a slideshow of a face. He was just like, Jesus Christ, where do you live? You got dial up still?
Yeah.
What is going on? And so it made me mad, and we started going back and forth and just kind of talking crash. And I kind of didn't like him. And I was like, oh, we can use this. And so we ended up building it up. It turned out really fun. I had a whole, like, you know, I'm a big fan of wrestling and comedy, so big fan of Andy Kaufman. And so I was like, oh, here's my chance to do something like that. I got a whole bit on, like, the James Corden show at the time about me and Tony. And then we went to the Hollywood Improv where he attacked me during a set, and we, like, turned it into a whole story. Had a 20-minute match, turned out real well. Too Cold Scorpio, one of my favorite heroes of all time, came up afterwards and was like, I don't know you. I heard you're not a wrestler, but you're damn sure an entertainer. And I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
Stamped.
This is the best.
Yeah.
And then someone from CZW was like, you want to do another match? And I was like, nah, I'm out.
You got it?
I'm
Did you
done. You're not
scratch it?
putting me through no glass and tacks. Get out of here, CZW.
You did a destroyer.
Yeah.
In your match.
Well,
which
Tony did.
Well, I always consider, if you're receiving or giving, I go, you did one. Right? Because either you're flipping or getting flipped. And, yeah.
I was actually anti that. I was like, I go, I don't think that's going to work out well.
You
but after it was done, I was stoked. I was real happy.
That's awesome.
No desire to do another?
I mean, if something came up like organically, and it'd have to be bigger than what I did, because that's how I feel about it. Because again, afterwards, I just got offers to do stuff, but they were all like, oh, I'm going to have to go travel to, like, I'm going to have to really do this. Like how Paul Walter Hauser was doing it in the Indies. And I was like, like my manager, my mom, and everyone was just like, "You didn't get hurt." And again, I know wrestlers, so I know everyone I know they're hurt in some way, and I was like, "Ugh, I didn't get hurt at all. It just felt like a good workout. Let's go home."
Mark it off the list.
Yeah.
Why not? That
But
makes
I'll
a lot
do
of
something.
sense.
Come on, get me in a casino battle royal. Give me.
Yeah.
We'll go anywhere. Let's do it. But it gotta be on TV now.
I can see you doing it. I could definitely see you doing it. And even if you didn't want to bump, obviously you could be an outside the ring personality.
Yeah, I could do that. That would be fun too. I always wanted to do stuff like that. I actually, again, I'm a real weirdo. I remember I reached out to Ethan Page because I've been friends with him for a while when you guys were a tag team. And I was just like, I could do a better job managing you guys.
Dan Lambert.
I go, he's promoting him. I go, I would make you guys fucking shine.
That would have been great.
That would have been great.
Yeah, Dan was great, but
yeah. No disrespect to Dan. Dan's a full heat magnet, but it was like I just felt like it was more like this like outsider MMA versus wrestling thing that he carried all the time, and I don't think that fit you guys because you guys were wrestlers. And to me, it was more like you guys were both these are the two best looking, the most athletic, the most overlooked, and we're not taking it anymore. And if they're not going to speak up for themselves, I'm here to speak up for them. You're going to respect these gentlemen, and so that's how I felt like it was going, like what you guys needed at that time. And again, I was like, maybe I can make this happen.
What did he say? Did he respond?
He did, but he was like, "Dan's great." I'm so proud of Ethan, man. I love that dude. Watch his body transformation, watch the hard work he's done, to know some of the frustrations that he had, and to see him channel that and push it. Like, it's one of the things that inspires me. I love when good people win, and to see him winning is beautiful to me.
Are you watching wrestling every week? WWE, AEW?
Yeah, I catch a little bit of something every week. Yeah, of course. I watched All In. I've been watching the Fallout after that. Looking forward to Forbidden Door. Excited for SummerSlam, of course. I check in and out. I don't watch as much as I used to. I was a little obsessive, especially when I was starting to wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's also a lot.
There's
lot. So many hours. That it almost has to be passive view. I always say I watch a lot of AEW and then try and tune in for most major WWE things, but it's because I'll like put it on while I'm doing something. I'll like multitask.
Yeah. It's a real Discord watch for me and my friends. We group up and we put it on in the Discord while we're playing video games and stuff. So we're always, we watch everything, TNA, everything. But and then I have my one friend Red. He goes deeper, where I'm just like, man, I'm not following you into your deep third level Joshi wrestling. And I'm not going there with you. But then he did. He knew about Mina Shirakawa way before I did.
There we go. Aside from Ethan Page, who are the guys you really enjoy watching that are into wrestling today?
Oh, okay. There's multiple categories because a couple people who I just enjoy as humans, but as far as like I've never met him, but I love watching. It's Dominic Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's like the best right now as far as like what I think a wrestler is, which is the athletics as well as the character work, and just making you believe it, and just again, I'm a big fan of growth. To see where he came from in the beginning with the Gucci outfits and everybody being like, I don't know about this, dog. You a babyface, but babyface Nepo baby? I don't think that's gonna work. And to watch him like grow and change and just elevate and just be like, he's my favorite thing to watch on WWE, and to watch the reaction he got when he went over to AAA. I'm just like, man, this guy is a freaking star. And it all makes sense. He's got the lineage. He grew up in it. And again, I think that's one of the things that makes me fall in love, is that I can remember being like, I watched you when you were a little kid.
Yeah.
And if you go back and, like I said, watch that match, he had the skills then. You watch people coming in who are on the outside, they always break character. They don't maintain it because it's so long, they forget the camera's on them. You see that match in Dominic, he never breaks character once. He's upset the whole time Ray starts winning. He's excited.
Yeah.
He's like crushing it the whole time. And to see him now and be like, oh, he truly is like the definition of he was made for that job.
Yeah.
He's where he's supposed to be. So I love watching Dominic. I love watching Liv. And that is also more of a small personal one. I only met her once, but they let us go backstage, and I brought my son, who's like, you know, again on the spectrum, and the way she talked to him and treated him, and like never anyone's second guess like why he wasn't talking back, or and like he took the picture of the two of them, made it his phone wallpaper.
Oh,
like
that's awesome. Still,
she was so kind to him. So I'm a big fan of Liv Morgan, big Rhea Ripley fan. Tony Storm, I'm a big fan of. I love what she does. Swerve Strickland, I think, is amazing. I mean, there's a lot of talent all over the place. Oh, and then Jen, just as a human and a wrestler, person who I think is underrated now, Brody King.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was one of the trainers at Santinos when I was there, and there were some people there who like wanted to run me out of there because they were like, "You don't respect it. You're not going to be a wrestler. So why are you here?" And Brody never made me feel like that. Brody made me feel welcome, that I belong there, that he was going to teach me, and that he would slow things down for me. He always showed me respect for what I did, and knew that I respected what he did. And so, and to watch him, because then I'd be like, oh man, here's this guy that's like, you could see his talent back then and just be like, this guy's the best. And then I'd go to New Japan shows and see him like doing ring crew and doing the young boy stuff, and just be like, oh, he has no ego. He just wants to get better. And so to see where he is now and to see the crowd reaction for him, I love it. I just feel like he could be in an even better position because he's real talented.
It's hard to imagine sometimes like careers like that being inevitable, but the way you're describing his work ethic, his morality, his commitment and skills. I mean, he's also what, 6'? What is he, 6'6", you know, like 300 pounds or whatever. Like
metal guy.
He was built for it, right?
Yeah.
But also just to see that he put in the work, and you know, he debuted as Big Scary Guy, but he's carved out such a larger audience appreciation than Big Scary Guy. And he's played both sides. He's played dark silent heel, and now he's a babyface, you know? And I think that's a testament to that work ethic, you know?
Yeah. There's something to watching the growth of performers that I really, really enjoy. I mean, you talked about a lot of wrestlers that are over in WWE. One of my favorite ones to watch is Trick Williams.
Yeah, I love Trick.
If you look at where he was a year ago, which he was really entertaining then, but then the growth in just a year.
Oh, the comfortable. You can see just how comfortable he is in his skin. It literally, because now he never wears a shirt. But he is killing it. Yeah. And also, he was one of the few, like, he came to the Hollywood Improv, and I've never had this before. It was first, and it made me feel so good where, like, someone from the Improv called me, and they were like, oh, Trick Williams is here. He wants to make sure he meets you before the show ends. And I was like, oh, no one's ever.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And he was so cool and like such a good dude. And to see him like get into the acting and get into all the stuff he's doing, it is beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I think that man is going to be a star beyond wrestling because he's got skills in multiple areas. But yeah, I agree with you. But same thing, because you would see he had the physical skills, but like some of the promos were hit and miss. And now the man just is like, it's just like he's talking.
He's learning so fast.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Truly. He truly is like, he would seem like he's one of the best on the main roster right now.
Yes, he's probably my favorite guy to watch over there. He's just so entertaining, and he has the complete package. I think he's got a huge future in wrestling, and then beyond wrestling as well. Like you said, he can go very, very far, and it's fun to watch him become who he is. And, and I'm excited to see where he goes. Yeah,
I love it. Like you said, that's what there've been times where wrestling I fall in and out of love with, as anyone does, but when I moved out to LA, it was like during the height of the PWG era, and was where I first saw you. And to come out here, and it felt like a scene. It felt like, you know, every week someone was like, this is their last match. They're going to WWE. They're going here. They're going there. And it was such a beautiful era to see. I mean, I remember bringing one of my friends, and I was like, oh, it's El Generico's last match. Where everybody's excited. And she was like, whatever, El Generico's last match. And then by the time she left, she was just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful to see. And he's another one where I'm like, man, I remember watching him like just breaking down the chairs after PWG and just being like, man, this guy he's definitely gonna make it because he's both talented and he's cool with breaking down the chairs. He didn't also start to do stand-up comedy, and he's horrible at that. Other than that, he's real talented. I did the show with him. It was not fun.
He can't be great at everything.
Yeah, you can't at
real
all.
bad.
Yeah.
A real bad. Stay home with your wife, Sammy. She needs help. Don't go do stand-up comedy anymore.
This is why I've never tried it.
Well,
Never tried it.
hey, you know,
No.
you're not supposed to be good at it right away.
That's
You're not
true.
supposed to be good at it right away.
That's
I mean,
true.
some people might be, but you know, I don't think anyone just naturally. I did performing comedy for a decade and a half, and then had the opportunity to do stand up, and was sweating like crazy.
Different
Like
skill set.
it's a and standing and looking out and seeing their faces and being like, I guess I have to look into your eyes when I'm saying this thing. I'm trying to remember because I want it to come out right. I've managed the cadence in my. It's a completely different skill set.
I have so much respect for it because, you know, people think what we do is difficult, and it's not easy, right? But we can go out and we can trigger so many different emotions. Like if I want to go out and be a good guy, try to make you like me. Oh, you don't like me? All right. Well, now I'm going to make you dislike me even more. People are coming to watch stand up. They want to laugh. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, they just want to laugh. And that's, you know, that's so much pressure.
Well, that's so funny you say that because actually I think that's the best lesson I learned from my match. Was that how much I enjoyed the other emotion, because like when I'd always just go into like, oh, I need to make someone laugh, which in turn makes me feel like, oh, I need to make them like me. And then when I did the match, I was like, oh, they're worried about me. Oh, they're getting behind me. Oh, some of them like the other guy and they don't like me. And I liked all of that. And I was like, oh, I like manipulating an audience beyond just laughter. And then I started taking it back to my comedy where I have these jokes where I've set up where I'm like, they're things maybe that I believed and I would have wrote, but then I was like, oh, the people don't want to hear that from me. And now I'm just like, oh, I don't care. They're going to be upset. And then they're going to be back on my side. And so now I have so much more fun.
Yeah.
And it's all because of that match where I started to try to write a little bit differently. And so now for me, comedy isn't just about like, make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh. Sometimes it's like, make them a little uncomfortable. Get them off kilter. Get them off their space. Make them feel like why did, you know, and then rope them back in. It's fun. Yeah.
That is so pro wrestling.
It's interesting. We talked about this before on the podcast, but I wrestle as a heel. And the first time I came out, no one knew or cared who I was, where I wrestled. And then, so I quickly had to establish, I just said I hated the place I was at, right? This place sucks. Screw Chatsworth, right?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
It's the worst
Chatsworth
town.
sucks. I mean,
Really.
it's an easy statement to say and people to believe you.
I believe you.
But then the second time I came out, people were booing, and my reaction coming from a place of comedy and winning people over was like, why are they booing? Like, what is going on? What did I say? And I went, oh, right. Last time I said Chatsworth sucked and tried to cheat to win. And then you lean into it and you realize this is the reaction you're trying to get. Your natural instinct is this doesn't seem right. But then ultimately you do the show, and if you hang around afterwards, people go, hey, man, great match. That was fun.
Yeah.
And you realize everyone in the room is participating on the same piece of art or whatever. The performance is everyone's all working together, except for this one woman who sits in the front row.
Oh,
and
there's
says, like,
always one.
Like personal
always
shit.
one.
Yeah.
Like personal shit about you. Like, I know you're trying to make your calves look bigger than they are. And you go, what?
Wow, that's
How did you strike to the core of
wow,
me?
that is rough.
And then I looked at your calves. Okay, see, I get it. Yeah,
See?
yeah.
It's like, wow,
You're one
okay.
of those guys. Some guys just calves aren't going to be
It's
their
just
thing.
not going to happen.
No.
But why did she? Now she's targeted me, and I'm going to stuff my boots now.
You got to stuff your Okay, that's interesting. Hey, maybe you just need to
Kick
go to them
pads.
baggy pants, brother.
Okay. Oh boy, yeah.
But I
Get
think that's
your
one of the best things
baggy
in
pants.
acting. My acting coach, that you can use in real life, one of the best lessons that what you just talked about, and I'm sorry I'm rambling a bit, was that we're taught in society to kind of lean towards certain emotions, lean towards happiness, lean towards being excited, you know, and to try to stay away from sadness, stay away from anger, stay away from fear. And one of the first lessons my acting coach taught me was to look at that. She said, every emotion is worth the same. Every emotion has the same currency. And when she said that and by that, it taught me like, okay, I have to be able to use these things. And I think that's one of the best things that acting teaches you is that anger is okay. Sadness is okay. These are all parts of life and you shouldn't run away from them. And I think that's one of the best lessons I've just learned in my life. And it just came from acting and from wrestling. So I don't know. For some reason, I just wanted to bring that up.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So you mentioned anything about calf size or?
No, I mean, that's all I got is calf. So you got you're crushing. We could,
together you and I make one perfect man. This has been the most on-track podcast we've ever done.
That's been good.
So I want to throw it off the tracks just one beat, just to get a vibe check, because he came up earlier, Swerve Strickland. Love him. Think he's great. A friend of mine who I introduced to wrestling. Basically, he and I started working out together. He's going to work out with me. He's going to watch wrestling. No interest his whole life, never got into it. I got him into wrestling. He started appreciating Swerve Strickland, I think, when almost the AEW audience started appreciating him. He loved Keith Lee, but then Swerve was kind of on the side, and then eventually he was like, oh, this Swerve guy's cool. I like Prince Nana. This is fun. But he's not a lifelong wrestling fan, and he only knows Swerve for over the last year or so. He is a voice actor, went to Comic-Con this weekend. Major, huge event. Sometimes there's an asterisk on things because sometimes Sky doesn't know.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Comic-Con is?
This
one.
I do.
But he went to Comic-Con, and he sends me a photo, and it's him and Swerve. It's him and Swerve. He met Swerve, and they talked, because Swerve's a big nerd too, and they talked about cartoons. They talked about all that. They talked about Dragon Ball
Static
Z.
Shock gear.
Yeah,
I
Static
love
Shock.
that. Yeah.
They talked about all this stuff, and he's like, oh man, we're not texting, but we're in our DMs to each other. And I'm like, I got you, Swerve. I introduced this awesome guy to you, and now you're hanging out with him in San Diego. I don't really even know what
Swerve.
I got you, Swerve, and now look at you. You're hanging out with Swerve.
Okay. All right. So we haven't had many appearances from our producer, Eric Bedore, in this episode yet.
Yeah.
But he is here. And
I'm here. Hi.
And I'm assuming he might have something set up for us. Is that a Young Buck
Ron,
pose?
Ron, let me tell you, there's some stuff that we do on this show. What's really fun is that we highlight some professional wrestling, some character growth from these two guys. But what we highlight for me is my excellent singing voice. So what we have now,
Well, you got
what we call the
beautiful
lyrics
voice.
Yeah, thank you. So See, guys,
Don't
this
gas
is
him
what
up.
I've been trying to tell you. and
Honestly,
Ron
you
gets
should be
it.
the host.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
See, this is that what I'm talking about. We got to get more guests on this show, boys. Here's how it's played. I'm going to give you a few songs, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to sing beautifully these songs, and you buzz in with your name, and then you tell me the name of the song. This is the lyrics game. It's been a big hit for us. I'm just a big fan. So let's
Wait a minute. Before we do this.
What?
So Ron, so you're not thrown off.
Yeah.
He tells you he's going to sing.
Okay.
I'm singing.
What
here.
he's really going to do is just speak the lyrics.
Okay.
It's like William Shatner.
And not on beat.
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay. All right.
So
okay.
your name is your buzzer. We're going to compete here. Let's see what we got.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why they're being so derogatory to me.
Don't let them get you down.
Yeah. God.
Stay
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody's got a body like me, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play because I played them too.
I know the song.
I know this too.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's
am I
really
singing
hard
it? Does
when
it
he-
sound too much like the actual song, and it's like throwing you guys off?
I just don't know
James.
the.
Yeah, James.
It's George Michael.
Okay. It's also by another band.
Hardaway.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
go with
what,
George
the
Michael.
other band is what I'm thinking of.
Uh-huh.
What is the song called?
You got it.
What is
Okay.
This is great podcast.
On the floor.
This is
We're
great.
almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah,
okay. I gotta have
Faith.
faith.
That's it. You did
What's
it,
the other
James.
band? What's the band called though?
Limp Bizkit did it.
Wow.
Was it Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Were you,
Yeah,
you were doing the Limp Bizkit version, right? I could tell
Yeah,
based
I-
off your
I'm
cadence.
sorry, Ron. This was just
I have it written
2
down as
minutes
George
of us
Michael
humming.
/ Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we'll say 1 point to James on
Thank
that one, just
you.
because I feel
right.
like he knew, and then he sang so much of. Well, if you want to call that singing, sang so much. of it.
Yeah,
Humming the
I did
song
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
no.
okay. Oh, I did notes. All right.
Next.
Well, let me give you another one.
Okay.
Honey came in and she caught me red-handed, creeping with the girl next door.
Oh, it wasn't me, Ron. It wasn't me.
That
Shaggy.
Ron, you got
Wow.
it.
Great
See,
job.
that's-
Great job.
See,
Yeah,
that's what
you
I'm talking
nailed
about.
that one.
I
It
am.
sounded
Thank
just like him.
you.
Yeah.
I am on
Yeah.
a 0 here. I
Do
got
you
a
see-
big donut.
Shaggy recently revealed that he's like, that wasn't my voice.
Really? It
He's like,
wasn't
I
him?
just
He
sound.
said
He's
it
like,
wasn't
I just.
me.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. He's like, yeah, like I had a uncle or something that sounded like that, and I thought it'd be funny.
He
so
had
when I
a
did,
drill sergeant.
That's it, drill
that
sergeant.
He was making fun of.
Thank you.
And then did that in music,
Yeah.
which led him to Boombastic.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mr.
Wow.
Bombastic,
That's crazy.
Simply
See?
fantastic.
That's good.
All
I think I
right.
sounded more like him, but that's good. Let's give you a couple more.
Okay.
I don't want to keep you too long.
No, yeah.
But okay. Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in your mind. Yeah. Yo, situation is serious. Let's cure it because we're running out of time.
Why do you say
It's oh so beautiful. Relationships, they seem to start. It's all so deadly when love is not together from the heart. Check it out.
It's so nagging. The way he says it, it's so
What?
nagging.
Why would you say that about this band?
Do it again. Start it again.
Yeah, it's from the top.
Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in your mind. Situation is serious. Let's cure it because we're running out of time.
Let's cure it.
Yeah.
He also
It's
like,
oh so beautiful. Relationships. They seem from the start. It's all so deadly when love is not together from the heart.
That sounds familiar.
I don't know this one. The way points where he chooses to go high
Yeah.
and low.
Yeah.
So-
I'm doing the
is hard.
song.
It's like someone's rolling a D20 to determine the note.
I am struggling this week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Girl, I must warn you.
No.
We don't need to hear it again. No.
Is there a pre-chorus?
Well,
Because there we get it. Yeah, is there like a pre-chorus, or you just give us the chorus?
she's
man?
driving me out of my mind.
Oh, that's what I thought it was.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it is Poison. Ron
That
Poison.
is right.
Oh,
It is
my
Poison by
God.
Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh my God.
Ron is
Not in
running
a
away
million
with
years.
it.
How the heck did I miss
Not in a
that?
million
Right,
years.
because I was like, no, I think it's black, but he's not singing it black.
Girl,
Oh, he wasn't? No?
Okay, yeah. If you just take all of the
Girl,
rhythm
you
and
know-
s-
yeah, he took
style
all
and
of it
soul
out, yeah.
just drain it all out.
is
Yeah,
that girl is Poi? Is that
yeah,
John?
yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
good. I never would
Yeah.
have guessed that.
It was missing the
Yeah,
harmonies. That's the
yeah.
That
issue.
girl is
Yeah, you did
Poison.
your job. You
Like
did your
easy.
job. You hit it well.
Yeah.
So we got
Let's-
2-0-1 here.
Yeah, that's right. Let's give you one more, and then you can let me know if you want another one after that.
We
But
won't.
I'll give
We
you this
won't.
one. See how you guys can do it. I don't know what I'm singing this just like the artist. So
Nope.
my music hits him so hard, makes him
Oh.
say, "Oh my Lord."
Thank
Thank you for blessing me
Oh,
with a
James.
mind to rhyme
Oh.
and two hype
It's
feet.
MC Hammer. Can't touch this.
That's right. It is "Can't Touch This" by
Now
M.
we got to
Nice.
do one more.
All right, all right. I'm out on this one. We're gonna
Tiebreaker.
Okay,
We're
this
2-2.
is-
Tiebreaker.
Let's do a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I'm out.
This is it. This is the ult for the rights to the ult for the Grammy. This
Okay.
is for the Grammy. This
The
is
Grammy.
our that if you can tell me what song this is, you win the Grammy.
I don't like. He's laughing. That
Yeah.
means he barely knows
It's,
it.
yeah,
What?
it was fun how much he got a kick out of that.
There's gonna be "Paranoid Android" by Radiohead.
No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside, and I can't break through.
James,
There's no talking to you, okay?
Is it? Is this? In the end,
No.
I know
No?
what it
Not.
is.
It's so sad
I know
that
what
you're
it is.
leaving.
It's
okay.
share, believe.
It is Believe
Oh,
by Cher.
yeah.
Funches wins the Grammy.
Wow, congratulations.
Damn, Ron Funches.
Nice job.
See?
Killing.
See?
Thank
Nice
you.
job.
I
Don't
love
tell
He
anyone
knows.
you won because they will not be proud of you.
We don't actually have a Grammy here to give you either, so I'm sorry.
Well,
No,
we'll
that
get
was
it.
a
It's in Sky's
contract.
car.
He
Don't worry
lied.
about it.
Verbal contract.
Ron, thanks so much for playing the lyrics game. This has been a lot of fun, and this episode has been great as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, Ron, thank you so much for coming on the show. Our first guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our
It's
first
the other
guest on
ones
the
were
show.
just all two of you just rambling?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
literally.
Imagine how
Wow.
loud that must have
Honestly,
been.
rambling. Just off
Just
the
us
rails.
bouncing bad Sylvester Stallone impressions
I
off of
just
each
go,
other.
so-
hey, this is bad, isn't it?
Hey, Sky, like, what's your favorite clothesline?
Yeah, that's basically the show. Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Ron Funch, TikTok, and everything else is just Ron Funches, I believe. Go to ronfunches.com for tickets for shows. I'm on the road. I'm shooting a special in Chicago on October 11th. And then, oh God, I got too many credits. TV-wise, Lou on Apple TV is returning for his third season on October 15th. And then I'm in a show called Rock, Paper, Scissors that's on Nickelodeon. And you can check out Inside Out 2, where I play Bluefy on Disney+.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
big things
awesome.
popping, baby.
Yeah, and if you guys want to get more of our podcast, make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube, Creating Character Pod. And I'm James Willems. You can find me anywhere by searching James Willems. Sky?
I'm Scorpio Sky. You can find me anywhere by searching Scorpio Sky.
I thought you were going to say, I need no introduction. Eric?
You can find me at Eric Bedour on any platform where you want to hear more of my beautiful voice.
Oh my God. Well, we just,
right.
everyone, it was follow, unfollow. Thank you so much for watching this episode and listening to this episode. We'll see you next week where it's going to be way off the rails. I almost guarantee you because Ron won't be here. But thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Oh my God.
Oh, you have muscles?